offering is the truth. Notice the moon in these next two clips is not full, but she is high in the sky as is the sun. Now, how might the face of the moon be receiving her light, if the sun is some 92 million miles behind her?
Alright, so what I want to show you is some footage that I took on December the 18th at 2:35 p.m. And what we have here is the moon, a daylight shot of the moon with the sun also. As Jaron would say, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Like I said, this is 2:35 p.m. in Tennessee, December 18th, 2015. We'll pull out here now, and I want to just show you that we have the sun is shining. Of course, you can tell the sun's shining. So I'll pan over here. No edits, no cuts. It's just a straight pan, show you the sun's in the sky. No big deal. We have the moon and the sun in the sky here at the same time. So I wanted to check all the way around the backside of the globe, Australia. Yes, Australia, we have the moon at 52.8%, and it's 4:32:51 a.m. I think the sun will rise. I looked at it as I can remember. It either said 5:38 a.m. or 5:39. So what's a minute? They can see 52% of the moon in Australia at the same time, apparently, that we can see from Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see here. Yep, 52.8% also in Nashville, Tennessee. At a time of, I think it says 2:54. And I may not be getting the times right, but you know, they're very close here. So what I want to get to is a little Google map here and show you that there's the United States. I've actually got it marked on Tennessee, and we spin the Google globe around to Perth, Australia. I think it's 11,100 something miles. I'm not exactly sure. But explain to me how in the world, if the moon is in Australia, you can see it in the United States, or vice versa, the moon's in the United States and you can see it in Australia. So I got a little experiment here with a globe and a moon we're going to do. There we go. Here comes our moon in. Here's South America, and you see the United States rotating around. So everybody's seeing the moon here in Tennessee and the United States also. And as our moon comes around the globe, we see that here comes Australia. And right now there's no way you could see the moon in the United States, but they say you can. There's no way on a ball that you're going to tell me that you can be on one side of the ball and see on the other side of the ball. I took this outside with a globe, set it up, and even if I get up high or low and with the globe tilted at 23 degrees, there's just no way. It doesn't matter how far you walk back to look at it, you cannot see the opposite side of the globe. It's not going to happen.
A short Bible study and word search. The word "and" as a noun, Strong's definitions legend. Strong's number, H7097, matches the Hebrew, kas, which occurs 96 times in 87 verses in the Hebrew Concordance of the King James Bible. The King James Bible translates Strong's, H7097, in the following manner: "and" 56 times, "part" 7 times, "edge" 6 times, "border" 3 times, "outside" 3 times, "utmost" 3 times, "uttermost" 3 times, "coast" 2 times, quarter, 2 times, miscellaneous, 11 times. Outline of biblical usage. I, end, extremity. A, end, mouth, extremity. B, border, outskirts. C, the whole, condensed term for what is included within extremities. D, at the end of, a certain time. Please note, not to be confused with end, H 7093, which is end. Being end of time, or end of space. English Dictionary for the noun end. 1. The last part or extremity, lengthwise, of anything that is longer than it is wide or broad, the end of a street, the end of a rope. 2. A point, line, or limitation that indicates the full extent, degree, etc., of something. Limit, bounds, kindness without end, to walk from end to end of a city. 3. A part or place at or adjacent to an extremity, at the end of the table, the west end of town. 4. The furthermost imaginable place or point, an island at the very end of the world. Biblical examples. Deuteronomy. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Deuteronomy 28 verse 49. Note. End, H 7097, the end of the earth must therefore have an end, or extremity. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Deuteronomy 30 verse 4. Note. Outmost, H 7097, the end of the heaven. The heavens must therefore have an end, or extremity. Psalms. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end, H 7097, of the world, H 8398. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, Psalm 19 verse 4. Note the word end, H 7097, and the word world, H 8398. See how the word world, H 8398, is used in the following verses. 1 Samuel 2 verse 8, He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. 2 Samuel 22 verse 16, And the channels of the sea appeared, the foundations of the world were discovered, at the rebuking of the Lord, at the blast of the breath of his nostrils. 1 Chronicles 16 verse 30, Fear before him, all the earth, the world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. I think it plain to see that the word world, H 8398, is talking of the earth in each of these examples. Interesting enough, they each portray a striking characteristic of the flat earth. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends, H 7098, end, extremity, of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Psalm 19 verse 6. Note, the end of heaven, the heavens must therefore have an end, or extremity. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Psalm 61 verse 2. Note, the end of the earth must therefore have an end or extremity. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the river unto the ends of the earth. Psalm 72 verse 8. Here we have ends, which is H 7098, and is end, extremity. Once again, this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. He causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth, he maketh lightnings for the rain, he bringeth the wind out of his treasuries. Psalms 135 verse 7. Once again we have ends, which is H 7098, and is end, extremity. Once again this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. Proverbs. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. Proverbs 17 verse 24. And again here we have ends, which is H7098, and is end, extremity. Once again this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. Isaiah. And he will lift up an ensign to the nations from far, and will hiss unto them from the end of the earth, and, behold, they shall come with speed swiftly. Isaiah 5 verse 26. The end of the earth must therefore have an end or extremity. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Isaiah 13 verse 5. The end of heaven, the heavens must therefore have an end or extremity. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth, ye that go down to the sea, and all of that is therein, the isles, and the inhabitants thereof. Isaiah 42 verse 10. The end of the earth must therefore have an end or extremity. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back, bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Isaiah 43 verse 6. Once again we have ends, which is H7098, and is end, extremity. Once again this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Isaiah 49 verse 6. The end of the earth must therefore have an end or extremity. Behold, the Lord hath proclaimed unto the end of the world, say ye to the daughter of Zion, Behold, thy salvation cometh, behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. Isaiah 62 verse 11. The word world here is H8398, and as the earth is shown above. Therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. Jeremiah. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth, he maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Jeremiah 10 verse 13. Here again we have ends, which is H7098, and is end, extremity. Once again this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations, he will plead with all flesh, he will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord. Jeremiah 25 verse 31. And again we have ends, which is H7098, and is end, extremity. This is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, they shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried, they shall be dung upon the ground. Jeremiah 25 verse 33. Here we have two ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have a measurable length, a point of beginning, and a point of ending as the verse declares. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth, he maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Jeremiah 51 verse 16. And again we have ends, H7098, end, extremity. Once again this is the ends of the earth, therefore the earth must have an end or extremity. Please note also, end or ends, which is also translated from H3671. The King James Version translates Strong's, H 3671 in the following manner: wing, 74 times, skirt, 14 times, borders, 2 times, corners, 2 times, ends, 2 times, feathered, 2 times, sort, 2 times, winged, 2 times, miscellaneous, 8 times. To which you find the following verses. Job 37 verse 3, He directeth it under the whole heaven, and His lightning unto the ends of the earth. Job 38 verse 13, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? I would think it clear to any professed Bible-believing Christian that the Bible in no way supports a ball, or globe earth as a sphere has no ends, but it does in fact confirm the earth to have a length, and that length has 2 ends which a sphere does not. This has been a quick look at an easily understood, but generally misinterpreted 3-letter word which forms an integral part of the scriptures to determine the doctrine of the shape of the earth, which the inherent Word of God declares for those of His children that prayerfully search the Bible. A few verses from Job chapter 38. Verse 4, Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare, if thou hast understanding. A sphere has no foundations. Verse 5, Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line, H 6957 upon it? Line, H 6957, cord, line, measuring line. A cord, or a stretched line are straight line measurements. You will not find a straight line on a globe. Verse 6, Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? We have already discovered that a sphere has no foundations, and because the globe Earth spins and spirals through space, it is clearly not fixed. Now we also have a cornerstone, the picture is now much clearer. And the 4 corners are confirmed in Revelation 7 verse 1a. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Verse 18, Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. Here we have the breadth of the earth, that would be the width. In summary, we have now confirmed that the earth has a breadth, it has a length, we have 4 corners, and a cornerstone. It is fixed, and stable, the heavens do have an end, and the sun does circle the earth as confirmed in Psalm 19 verse 4 and 6. See how much we can glean from just one word. So much more is to be understood when we study prayerfully for the truth to be revealed to us when we search the scriptures, and do so without prejudice, or bias, or any preconceived ideas which we have been programmed to believe since before we can remember. The earth is not a sphere. I am saddened by the ignorance of professed Bible-believing Christians who declare sola scriptura, the Bible and the Bible only, and like to quote 2 Timothy 3 verse 16. For all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. 2 Timothy 3 verse 16. The flat earth is doctrine which is clearly portrayed in God's inherent word. We must rout out the lies of the devil, and declare the true shape of the earth as the flat earth confirms God's creation, it confirms the centrality of the earth in the universe, and is proof positive of creation by a creator, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob. This gives us purpose and meaning which is to be found only in the scriptures, and we call God a liar when we ignore the clear teachings in His holy word. God bless.